Today's podcast is going to be a little bit different, but let me tell you, it is the podcast that you need to hear because it is going to be the podcast that helps you achieve your long-term PMP success. So let's lock in together and let's get this in, all right? Now, I don't know if you can hear it outside, but in my office, it is raining. It's raining hard outside. It's dark. It's cold. Somehow fall showed up, and I do not like it. And you know what I did this morning? I hit snooze. Yep, it was warm in my bed, and I was weak, and I hit snooze. I didn't hit it just once. I think I hit it 5 times. And I know you've done that too. And while it didn't feel like a big deal when I did it, hit it, that one decision had ripple effects, and it has ripple effects for you too. Because I'm currently behind. I'm an hour and 32 minutes behind my schedule. I'm late on filming this podcast. I'm not going to be able to call as many students as I can to do one-on-ones and applications. Heck, I can't even hang out with my kids this morning while they're getting ready for school because I'm behind. And what happened? It all just started with 5 more minutes. It's so cozy here. I'll do it later, right? It all started with that. And now I just have to compromise everything, and it's not good. And that's how it begins, y'all. Those little baby small decisions multiplied over time become not only a pattern, they become a habit, they become a setback, they become a trap. The just today, I'll just make this compromise today becomes tomorrow, and it becomes never, all right? So a lot of the students that come to me, and I love you out there, that say, I've been studying for 18 months, 12 months, who knows how many. If we go down deep and root cause it, everybody out there in the world is busy. Some busier than others. But it's the ones that are able to get this done in a shorter amount of time that find a way to take those, compromises and turn them into yeses, I will do it. All right? The little baby habits. And that's what we want to do. Because when we start with thinking about those little habits and those little off-ramps that we all get, if we expect those to present themselves, but we bring resolve to ourselves with perspective to say, you know what? That's my opportunity. Those little baby off-ramps that feel like nothing, I'll just get off my little work road for 2 seconds to go chill out. Those things, if we go and say, hey, it happened again, I'm going to stay on the path. And I'm not saying that you have to be crazyworker.com and just, ear to the grindstone, whatever, right? I'm saying that you're going to find those 2, 3, 4 leaks in your day. And you're going to say, I rejoice in the small win of staying on the path, of not taking the exit ramp, of not passing up the opportunity to do these things, of not hitting snooze, of not kind of like looking at your phone, all those things. You're going to rejoice in staying on the path because it's going to make ginormous differences. That's the win for you. If you change your life and change your habits, and believe me, I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to you. If you get crazy about those little habits, big things change. And you're going to start priding yourself in, I can make great decisions at the micro level. All right? Now, as we do that, one of the other things that I need you to change your perspective now that we're talking about perspective is while you're working, it doesn't just mean, I just didn't turn off the road, therefore my scores go to the moon. No, you're going to still struggle, right? So we've got to learn in a certain way, and we're going to focus on the process over just strictly what are my test scores, meaning the output. The output will come based on the little decisions that we make on every day. And we talked about not taking the little off-ramp, staying the progress, staying focused, staying confident, staying there. Because if you take those off-ramps, it saps your mojo, your confidence, your belief in yourself. But we're going to stay on the road. And we're also not going to hinge all our daily success to what quiz score did I get? Did I get a 71 or did I get a 78 or did I get an 83? That can kill that motivation and cause you to take the off ramp the next day because I don't want that for you, right? I want you to change. The thing that you're just bringing yourself back to always is, am I making good habits and decisions? And when we talk about PMP, it's, did I study today? Did I put in 15 minutes to watch this video in the morning? Did I do the 2 quizzes that I need to do? Did I take notes with intention about what I was trying to learn here? Did I do the research? Did I reflect on the missed questions? Did I learn something new today? Did I move the needle a little bit? Like I said, little habits. Got to be there. Got to show up. That's the off-ramp. We're not going to take that anymore. Me and you. Let's commit together. And then we're not going to just look at the end result because we'll never get there. We're going to look at the habits that get us there, the process, the study, the discipline, the detail, the gritty work. Let's get gritty together. And let me use an example that might help make this come home about why that focusing on the process matters more, okay? Now, I've been on a weight loss little journey for the past, who knows? I swam in college. You know, you work out all the time and you eat like a crazy person. And then when you stop, you keep eating, but you stop working out. You know what happens. You get bigger, right? And so I've yo-yoed, all right, weight. And finally, my wife got me on one of those little drugs or whatever. You shoot in like Zepbound or whatever. Okay, I'm not a doctor. I'm not professing that. But she got me on there. And it curbed, magically, my desire to eat. It's pretty amazing. But she told me, she said, Scott, it will work to curb your things, but you have to focus on daily discipline. She told me, smart lady, she said, you have to start eating better. You can't just eat less and eat donuts. You got to eat green leafy vegetables, you know, lean meats, all that stuff. Not a doctor, right? And you got to start working out a little bit. And so what she's done with me is encouraged me and helped me and kept me on the path to eat a little bit better, do a couple push-ups, do some walking every morning. And I didn't get to do it this morning because I got up late. Right? And so what has happened over time is that when I but I look out to my weight loss results over a couple months, it's pretty magical. And I'm not bragging. I'm just showing you an example, and I'm proud of it, that I'm down like 27 pounds, dudes and dudettes. And it took a couple months. And when you look it out and you just, go out from a wide, it's like a straight line down. It's almost like fake results. Because the little scale I have like records the results every day and you weigh yourself a couple of days, whatever. So it puts it all in a chart. But the thing that I realized as I like blew up the results and got down to like a week or a day level is that there's a lot of ups and downs, okay? There's a lot of ups and downs, and I never looked at the data that way. But I realized if I would have looked at the data on a day-to-day or hourly to hourly month or a week-to-week basis, I would have given up. Like my weight goes up in the morning or is down in the morning because you wake up. It goes up at lunch. Sometimes it goes up a little bit here. It bounces around. So if you took it a day, it looks like I'm not losing any weight. And that's a lot like if we look at our individual quiz results. Oh, I got a 78. I got a 76. I got an 81. I got a 74. I got a 70, whatever. Who knows? I got a 63. Oh, God, I goofed it up with a 58. Whatever. It bounces around. So if you focus on the outputs that way, if I looked at the scale, which now I know that it records my weight, and so I'm a little freaked out, and I want to look at it, but I'm not going to. If I were to look at the individual results, I would be discouraged because there's natural variation that bounces up and down. But if I keep the path, keep the habits, get up in the morning and walk, eat the green leafy vegetables that aren't the greatest thing in the world, but they help you out apparently, eat the good stuff. Work out a teensy bit. Then over time, and I keep to those habits, it goes down. It definitely goes down. So we are driven toward the habits that drive the great results. So what are the habits that you need to do on a daily basis? We're not losing weight. I'm proud of you if you're on the path like me to lose weight, but like we're here to PMP, okay? It's that we put in daily study time, right? Even if it's as small as 15 to 30 minutes a day. You watch, I obviously profess that you watch our stuff, you go with me because I want to take care of you. That's what I want to do. But whoever you got to help you out, you do whatever you got to do. But I want you to set a defined time. In the Agile sense, in the Scrum sense, we set a time box, right? How long's a sprint? 2 weeks usually. How long's your daily study? Whatever you think you can do, right? Reasonably. 30 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, whatever it is. We have all our students when they come in say, how many hours can you do a day? Not because, it's just a cursory question. It's because we want to understand how much time they can put in a week. Then we say, how much when can you put in the study time? So I want you to be definitive. Put it on your calendar. If this means something, let's make it official. I work, you would say, from 7 to 8:30 every morning. And then 3 days a week, I work from 7 p.m. to 8 o'clock, doing questions, doing videos, doing study, doing whatever it is. I want you to put it on your calendar, and I want you to stick to it. And as you're doing this, I want you to focus on the habits. What am I going to do during there? I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to watch the videos. I'm going to turn off my social media. I'm going to lock in, and I'm going to make notes as I go through it. Not crazy notes, using the vanishing data dump type notes. When I find something that puts a rock in my way, I'm going to write it down, and I'm going to do the research at the right time to break that rock. This feels like a system, right? This feels like a process. This feels like discipline. This feels like it's going to get us that weight loss that we needed. It's going to get us the PMP results. So we're not chasing thousands of questions. We're living in the details of daily discipline. And that's what it is. So you want to set that time box. When are you studying and when are you studying? And check it with your family, your kids, your significant others, your roommates, whoever's in your life, your work. And you make sure that this is my schedule. What is Agile all about? Transparency, right? So you make it clear that this is what I'm scheduling and this is what I'm trying to do. Say it and then do it. Do that work inside of it. Watch the videos, take the quizzes, do the studying, do the vanishing data dump. Write it down, research it, cross it out. Those are notches down the road of progress. That's what we want to do. The habits seem small. They seem insignificant. They seem like not big enough to make a difference. But that's wrong. They stack. They're cumulative. And they make a difference for you. And here's the weird thing. By the time you get to the exam, it's not just the knowledge that you need. You need perspective and you need confidence. Okay? You need to know that you've put in the work. You need to know that you've struggled through certain periods on days when it rained, on days when it's chilly, on days when you didn't want to do it. Because you're going to need the resolve to overcome the bumps in the road. So right now, you're training yourself, not only in the best practices of PMP, but in how to consistently overcome challenges that could turn a lesser person away. Because I know you're better than that. And that's how we pass. That's how we ace this thing. That's how we become project managers and people that we look inside and respect. It's more about personal respect than outside. Because this PMP will get you a job. It'll help you get a job. It'll help you build your skills. But it's going to build who you are. So let's use it for that reason. So let's not compromise today. Let's be unrelenting and positive in our progress. So I want you to come from here and see that there will be little things during the day, little off-ramps that give you pause, that make you want to take some time off to play a video game or a little phone thingy or do whatever. Hit the snooze button. And you're going to say no. And you're going to chunk that up as a win. That's what we get crazy about. Those little off-ramps that we say, nope, locking in, staying on the road, getting it done. Then also, we're going to focus on the process, not the results. The results will come through the process. We're going to focus on what am I going to do every day, and we're going to make it real. If I went to your schedule and I said, throw the little Outlook thingy up, I want to see it. You'd say, see, I'm working here, I'm working here, I'm working here, I'm working here, I'm working here. I want to see it on your schedule. 15 minutes, 30 minutes, hour and a half, whatever. And then inside of that, tell it what you're going to do. And then just do it. That's the big difference. And if you do that, it'll be like my weight. Over time, it goes down. And you don't even feel it. It's like when you get a little puppy dog. Before you know it, that puppy dog's a big old dog, right? But on the day-to-day, you kind of lose yourself in it. And you're like, how did this dog get so big? It's going to be, how did you get so good at this? because you stuck to the daily discipline. You made time and you were intentional. And through it all, rain, sleet, snow, you're not the postman, but you are unrelentingly confident and focused. And if we do that together, there is nothing that can stop us. And so that's what I want for you. Nothing to stop you. And if you want help, I am one phone call away. 757-759-5282. So let's talk. Let's go. See ya.